Welcome to the Life Lounge Show with Rev Manuel. Welcome again. It's been another whole week. I hope your week has been great. Rev Manuel here, and this is my podcast, Life Lounge. So last week we were having a very interesting, in fact, in the last couple of weeks, we've been having this very interesting conversation looking at the situation analysis of divorce in Ghana. So I think last week we ended where Emma, by the way, they are still here in the studio. They'll say hello very soon. Where Emma now admitted that, well, at some point where the women have outnumbered the men largely, then some policies like allowing men to have more than one wife, she could consider it. It was very difficult for her. So we are back to continue. And
would you have an extra wife if that policy is, put in motion? Would you?
For me, well, if you see, the man made it mandatory.
Yes.
If it says mandatory, you must obey the law. So obey the law.
So what's the reverse? What will happen?
When it's optional,
supposing the men are rather outnumbering.
Let me finish. Where is this where he says that it is optional?
You go explain tire.
No. Let me land well.
Land.
Now, my take on polygamy is that it has always been an option for a man.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So where government says it is mandatory,
by force,
then that one, each man must obey the law.
So you obey the law.
So I obey the law.
I'll be the second. Okay.
Where he but where government says it is optional.
Yeah.
Now I know what happens in there, so I won't go for it.
Okay. If it's optional, you won't.
No. I don't want to die early.
But do you know it's rather the case that the men say that rather helps them grow older.
No.
Because wait it now
you have to.
Now wait
Let me tell you this confidently as a counselor. Polygamous homes are one of the places you can really see war.
That's right.
Where they are not using guns. Yes. You can't keep more than two men on one compound and expect peace
I think they should be separate. Be in their separate spaces.
When you put it the way you have put it, it is when a man has his legal wife and is enjoying stealing another person on the side. Stolen waters are sweet.
Sweet.
So that is where they get to say, wait, how I know I. But if you're looking for peace with a woman, you don't go and bring in another woman.
No, so don't bring the other woman in there. I find that a different place.
Another apartment.
1 week could do her. 1 week no be do her. That one.
The women are talking, so that is the women. So
with that one you don't even get to know what is happening in the other.
Okay. You see,
a little.
All right. So let me start, Afi.
Yeah.
What do you think government can do? We are still having that national conversation.
Yeah.
What do you think government can do? We are trying to keep this at a national level. What do you think government can do?
I know a lot of people will be like, nah, government in the roads ni nema was on my crowd but then you gave a certain response that if that is not taken care of and we have a lot of criminals in the system, it will still now come back to haunt the government.
Definitely.
So with that in mind, I think that we should have a mandatory premarital educational policy from a certain, I don't know, maybe not class 1 because they'll be too young to understand.
At least from class 3 is not bad. To JHS.
Yeah. Because I remember way back 1997 Miss Menio.
You still remember?
That time now you was school life skills.
Yeah.
We're learning a lot of things. You could sew your own thing, you could do crocheting. Nowadays it's no more there.
Well, I don't know what's happening.
They've introduced all these, technology, AI, this AI, that,
Because I remember saying I loved the sewing bit. You see that cloth, is it calico? Now you draw flowers. Now you palm flowers. Now you the table cloth. We did all those things. Into what if your mom can't sew for you, you just pick your needle and thread. You do it yourself. I
love the cooking part.
Yeah, and we did.
Where you have to. You bring your own stuff to school. You bring tomatoes. I'll bring this. That. After we share the food.
It helped a lot. So if that can, be put on the syllabus so that we can learn that at an early age, so that it forms that's the formative age.
Yeah.
Starting from JHS, it wouldn't be bad because from JHS, their minds are opened, getting to know more things.
Entering,
teenage.
For
me, JHS is too late.
Too far.
It's too far.
So class 4, class
because
3.
those days life skills and social studies was from class 2 and not class 3. Well, very early. So why can't we put some subjects there?
Primary.
Yeah.
Talk simple subjects, conflict resolution, petty things, little things, how to talk when you are angry, how to control yourself.
Walk away.
Those kind of things. So that even little kids can manage their own problems. You know how it is at the class 1, class 2 level. Every little thing, teacher, complain about everything.
Complaining.
Can you imagine that they stop coming to you and now they can talk among themselves? Can you imagine?
Solving their own issues.
So now at the formative
with
stage,
that bullying in schools will even cease.
Bro, they can handle their problems.
Yeah.
So I think, let's catch them early. Emma, you had something to say?
Yeah, so like Afi said, I also think that, we need to introduce some kind of a new curriculum, strengthening marriage and family curriculum in schools. This will help us imbibe in our little ones what it feels like, what they need to know before, entering into marriage at the right age. So they said, there's this saying that
catch them young
and they shall be yours forever. In this case, catch them young and then educate them. Let it grow with them.
Yeah.
And with that, once they grow, they'll be able to
not
live
not
up
think
to...
it's what they no.
Yes,
they'll be able to make a good impact. Those who decide to get married, they will make their homes beautiful, and then we don't have to wait for them to, attain 18 years and above before getting into a relationship, bullying here and there, cheating here and there, fighting here and there. It's really destroys the society.
I mentioned 2 weeks ago in some countries where they have funds like the National Family Welfare Fund. So you don't have to be so. Poverty must not be found in families. So where you are so broke, the government comes in, they give you some small loans just to keep you up.
Help you.
So these are national things we can also look at. At some point. Then the social welfare. For example, outside, in more developed countries, if you don't support your child, you are arrested, jailed, imprisoned.
Or your child will even be taken away from you. And
over
then
here, a man is refusing, or a woman is refusing to be responsible, and then social welfare summons him. They come and insult the social welfare people there, and they walk away. Nothing is happening. So it's like social welfare is not well empowered.
I think our social welfare system here is very bad.
Yes. They are not well empowered.
It's not effective.
Is it because government is not pumping in much funds for them to?
I think the president mentioned the other time that the whole attention is going into the roads, the hospitals, forgetting this part. But he knows that it's very important. Just that now there isn't enough to go around. Now we don't even
hear of NCC anymore. Gone are the days you hear them,
they're going around,
megaphones announcing. But now,
they were very effective.
I don't remember the last time I even saw.
So our president knows, but I think that we are still developing. Hopefully one day we'll get there. But if social welfare is strengthened, I think people will behave better.
Exactly.
Because you know that even after divorce, you cannot neglect your children.
Yes.
You know how sometimes a man will punish the children and the wife because they are divorced.
Yeah.
Don't send money.
Meanwhile,
and then you are punishing the woman and it's affecting the children as well.
Yeah, very terrible. So I think social welfare must come up. And I know that in advanced countries, social welfare, they have these people, men, mostly men, where when the home breaks like that and the men have run away, mostly the men that run away, you will hardly find a woman who has run away. Hardly. It exists though, but hardly. You have men coming weekly, sometimes 1 or 2, who spend time with the children 2 hours weekly. So every week the children know that at least a man, even if it's not the daddy they know, a man comes around and they have that's
fatherly
area around them, and it helps the children to develop.
It does.
So we don't raise national depressed children in the name of leaders. All the leaders are depressed.
National depressed.
Have you seen how sometimes parliamentarians behave? They behave like they are still in SHS. That kind of It's like a wrong when they've brought it.
Everything is negative.
That's how it all starts.
Everything is negative. So we cannot have an opposition party where something has been raised in the house and they all rally behind it.
It's never
just because it's not coming from them. Yes. So it's
even
bad.
if it's good, they will say
in their eyes. They will see that it's a bad.
It's politics is just, I don't know. It's it's some way in this country. I don't know. I think in most African countries, it's crazy.
We don't want to get into politics.
Oh yeah.
But there's one thing for sure. When we have unresolved trauma, among children, and they grew up with it, that is what you see.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because you see, when trauma shows up, in old age, it affects you, how you relate to other people.
It does.
It makes you build unnecessary walls.
Yeah.
Your sexual life is affected.
Yeah.
How you see women is affected.
Yeah.
In some homes, some guys. There was a guy who told me a story. He was raised up to think that all rich men are pigs. Yeah. So anytime he gets money, he must blow it. So that guy won several lotteries, but he always goes broke in just about 3 months. Because for him, if you keep money and you are rich, you are a pig. That's how he was raised up.
That's the mentality.
Yes. And he's an old guy now, so you think that but so when now you can reason for yourself.
Yeah.
So that tells you it's
yeah.
So that tells you how important it is when we are raising or giving children, the right medicine at the right age.
Yeah.
It will stick to them. It will, it will grow with them, and they will know that this is what we were taught in school.
Yeah.
So, doing this is bad. We have to do this the right way.
Now, social media. We if anything is destroying this era, it's social media. Now AI too is coming.
Hey.
Now, do you think by way of marriage, in relation to marriage and divorce, do you think social media has contributed? Is contributing? Is it good?
Yeah, I think it's contributing. I think so because
to divorce.
Yeah, because a woman will pick the husband's phone, go through and check. Hey, hina no wako liking a picture on Facebook. Hina no sending the message. All this brings a lot of issues. You understand? Yeah. So I think it plays some contribution.
So once again, this is where I come in and say that is when you are not treating, your woman right. And it's like you can't serve two masters. I mean, the same way. You can't love them the same way. See, she has seen that you've gone to like another person, another woman's picture on social media.
Yeah.
Ask yourself, when you watched her status, did you even comment? Did you, like it, for her to know that, okay, he also appreciates me. So even when I see that he's gone out there liking other people's, well, he has liked mine. So I wouldn't mind. But where I know that
mind, someone will mind. Or Phyllis, it's me, like my picture. You shouldn't like any fine. In fact, Okoshona a girl who you fair. Hey, asema ba. And that just say the new woman now.
What should I call like the small fight? When you come to my baby to move
then you bring issues. And some girls too. We who fine man, Mr. Manuel, we posting fine photo. No, I said that on the DM, no, in the chatty. So I want to talk to you. When can we meet? Meanwhile, maybe he hasn't said anything, but Nipano keeps saying, but Nirina acquire problem. You see,
so
social media.
So Emma, again, as the president of Ghana, would you want to control social media for married people?
Would I want to control social media
for married people?
I mean, how can you do that?
Wait, as soon as you register, we know married. then we go to
it automatically blocks you.
No, yours is controlled, limited access.
Where there are certain things that as a married couple you won't be able to.
From where you came from, so do you think, because it's becoming a problem, do you think it should be controlled?
In order for me as the leader of the country to have peace in the country, I will have to, put in certain policies and. Once you're married,
maybe you make a great point.
Once you're married, you are married. Yeah. Don't go on social media liking other girls' pictures.
Now
you're married. This is the policy. This is the ban. This is the embargo we are placing on married couples.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I mean, vice versa. Whether you're the wife, the husband, don't go. You're married. Yes. Don't go on social media liking other people's pictures, other girls, or you, the wife. Don't go, commenting. On other men's pictures because you've seen that he's, more handsome than your man. Please, we want peace to reign in the home.
That's fine. And still on social media. What about social media and then the children? Because now you realize that parents are raising their children with tablets.
Yeah.
Screen is raising the children.
Phones.
And they're exposed to everything.
Yeah.
How is that? Now, let's find a link. How is that affecting the children? And so how is it going to inform how they do marriage? let's look at that. Because now the children are on their tablets unsupervised.
Yeah.
Whatever they scroll. Now, as you scroll, anything can come. Anything can come.
So I know there's this app, Family something that you can restrict your kid from going to certain sites, and even if they want to watch anything from YouTube, the app will send you, the parent, an email so that you approve before your child
even on
watches
Netflix.
it. Yeah.
Netflix we have for children, you know.
Yeah. So I think before you give your tablet to your child, you make sure you implement all those things so that your child won't be able to just be watching anything. So that one, you are free. You know that your child can't go and be watching things that he or she is not supposed to be watching.
I personally believe in not raising my children with tablets until they are around class 6.
Okay.
Well,
I believe that screen time should no. They'll get that. I believe in replacing the tablets with books, something to read, or don't do anything. Go and play in the sand. Go and also eat worms and eat. Anything.
Yeah, we did that when we were growing
up. Me, fortunately, I always say fortunately for me, I grew up in a German home. So growing up, like we had a toys room. So you come back from school. So we were staying in a hotel. You come back from school, we go with grandma, Oma, like in German, they call grandma Oma. Okay. We go with Oma to the beach, let's say 1 hour. You come back, you do your homework. That's after you've had lunch. You do your homework. When you're done, we were given, the opportunity to watch cartoons for like maybe 30 minutes or 40 minutes. Then you go to the toys room to play. We're not staying on screen. Okay, during our time, there wasn't even
there were no phones and all that. Yeah.
So if we are able to, like what Reverend said, we should, and then again, we had a story time. There were these storybooks, Lady Bird, Cinderella, Snow White. They were so interesting. Pinocchio, the one with the long hair, Rapunzel. So it was really interesting. So I think we should, imbibe this in our kids. And once they get used to it, they wouldn't go away from it. They wouldn't even want to go and watch TV. If you get a good child, he said, okay, mommy wants me to read. Let me go and pick my book. Because he or she knows that if I go near the TV, my parents will be angry. Yeah. So let me just go for my book. And, it will, help our kids too.
You were saying that you won't allow your children screen time for a certain age.
Yes.
So are you sure if they are with their friends, they won't be doing that if their friends have it?
Now, I'm not going to...
So you can't... It's not really straightforward. You understand?
So my
they
part...
Will still, you can do it when they are with you.
My part.
But when they are out there...
I can't be there 24 hours.
So we have to give them the liberty to make friends.
From there.
Going out to, there are some that they go to spend the weekend with their friends. When they go there, we are not there to supervise. Unless maybe you tell your kids, friends, parents that, I mean, you can also you don't know what goes on in their home. You can't go and impose.
Yeah. In the first place, you can't leave children unsupervised.
Yes.
They will do whatever they want to do, and that is bad.
Yes.
But as a parent, you should do your best for them, and so that they know the right and wrong from you.
Yeah.
We have had children who said, I never had a father figure, so I don't know what you're talking about. I've never been told in my life that even picking something at the shop, as small as a toffee, is wrong. I was never told. So you see, that's how bad it is. So fine, you cannot be a super parent and be everywhere. But your part is that if for you and your children, no screen time, ensure no screen time. Wherever they want to go. When they've gone to another parent's house, I'm sure there are parents there too. Who would also do their best for your children. Unless the children are left unsupervised. That is dangerous.
And what if that parent is not as strict as you are? You see, so that is the thing.
The good thing is that,
and then he'll go there and come home and say, Daddy, no, my friend, we went to.
Then they allowed them to do this.
So why are you restricting me?
Then that one too will become an issue.
Well, as for children, you cannot please them all the time.
Oh, of course.
That's why you are the parent.
Yeah, that's why.
That's why you are the parent.
You set the rules.
You set the rules. Yeah. So you can be so open with your children that when they go and do something you have been telling them is wrong, they'll come and tell you. When we went to Kojo's house,
but they
we did this. Then you now tell them that it is wrong.
That brings to mind this movie. I watched a Van Damme movie, and I think it was a cleaner or something, a security guard. And then they went to the stadium. There was this basket or baseball game that was going on. Then he told the kids, there were two, don't sit here till I come back. the boy sat there like daddy says I shouldn't get up. Then one of the bad guys went like, oh, I know your father, your dad says I should come and pick you. Said no, daddy says I should sit here, I shouldn't move. So you see, once he knows that daddy has said I shouldn't move, let me sit. So I think it's how
you can. In fact, there is no book that teaches parenting.
Exactly.
We learn on the job, but you have to do your best, and at least the children should know their left and right from you, so that they will challenge anything else they are seeing. I know, but daddy said this is wrong. How come they'll come and ask you and get confirmation?
They will. And this AI children, this technology, computer babies these days, they are really, really sharp-minded. They are really learning fast, and so if you get a good kid, he or she will come and tell you that this is what Kojo did.
A certain point. Why children decide to pick other people as their role models and not their parents?
That's a good question. I thought you were going to say something about that. Why does that happen?
So if you are able to live a certain life or be, I don't know how to put it, why should it be difficult for your child to say, I want to be like mommy, I want to be like daddy, than see someone on TV and say, I want to be like Efia Shua, she's my role model. And it's very worrying.
There is a subject I treat. I wish I knew you were going to ask this. I would have revised my notes. But we have
maybe
different
we'll
types
do
of
that
families.
some other time.
There are different types of families, and I know there's one type of family where, you know that thing, even when we're growing up, we got some of it. You hear, boom, boom, scatter.
Daddy is coming.
You see, my dad is an old soldier. When we see him coming, we are playing. No,
that is not the ideal family at all. You don't want the kind of family. We hear your name and we are all gone.
Like growing up, I remember my mom would be going to the shop and then she would tell us that we should make sure we tidy up the room. And then we go and play. The more we hear that she's coming,
Shop.
everybody would just find something to do. Lay the bed, clean the whole.
Because
the beatings
family,
you receive, even in your sleep, you get the beatings.
So the good counsel is that we need to be able to create what we call the optimal family. In that family, children communicate. In fact, it is wrong to tell your child not to get angry. No. Emotions must be expressed. You can control the behavior, not the emotions. So Usro saying, what's wrong with you? Let's go here. Say Usro saying, the things we tell the boys. Why are you scared? As if being scared is unholy. It's okay to be scared.
Man.
It's not
Men don't cry.
You need to express yourself, but it's the behavior we can control. So in the optimal home, children can express themselves. Fear, anxiety, anger. They should be able to express that you control the behavior. They should not be afraid. No.
Say sure enti ontimi nkasa na waye timid,
maybe for to go and learn, pick certain things from there.
The home should be heavenly. There are some homes there's no reason to live in that home. No movies. Everything is by the devil. No music. It's the devil who created music. If you laugh too much, you are the devil. We have a date. We are going to the movie. Hey, Satan is there. There was one church that said, don't even TV. TV was evil. It was just recently that they stopped doing that thing. TV. So the church members don't own TVs. It was a dance woman. The church members don't own TVs because
I mean, you'll be exposed to other things that are not godly. Maybe that's where the pastor was coming from. That
well, I don't know.
TV, you'll be exposed to,
ungodly things are everywhere.
Everywhere.
So such a home, people don't live. There's no reason to live at all. Everything. So everything is by the devil. And this funny thing I like to say, as for us in Africa, everything is bonsam. But in America, you know how they make bonsam look very soft. So over there, he lives there comfortably, but he's working in Ghana.
He's having all the chillings over there, and then he's sitting behind the PC, today let me go to Ghana. Let me, work on this my headquarters.
We can't raise families like that. So your home should be such that children can communicate their feelings and you do the corrections. Mommy can speak freely, respectfully, but freely. Daddy can also speak. Daddy is open. When you're open, your children will be open.
When I'm talking, don't talk. When I'm talking, don't talk.
Children know that when daddy is talking respectfully, they have to wait for daddy to finish. It's not by putting fear in them. Child. So that's the optimal family. I think we'll discuss it and then so that people understand what kind of families they have. At the end of the day, let's know what kind of family you have. Is it a borderline family or is it the optimal family? They're different.
They're also that kind of family.
They are all there. So we'll talk about that. So families should be emotionally healthy so that we can raise emotionally healthy citizens. Imagine having a leader who knows how to control himself. I've seen one evangelist who was so pissed off, he removed the mic, threw it away. His chair, he threw it away. Guess what? He had heard that the church members had disrespected the head pastor.
Oh.
And is that how you address?
So they should tell you the kind
Throwing
of
everything
upbringing
away.
that evangelist, had.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. So that's a leader is not emotionally sound.
Yeah.
And emotions are everything.
Yeah.
You must learn to keep
And
them,
you are a
in
leader.
check.
And
I'm running out of time, so I'm going to take your last words. So starting from Lady Emma, let's go.
So we've said a lot, and what I would say by way of ending it all is that we should try and then raise healthy families. It shouldn't be all the time also that type of where you put fear in your kids. Allow the children to also explore. We have some families who are very strict and then, no, you're not going out, stay here, do this and that. No, allow the kids to explore. Let them make the mistakes, and then that is where you come in as a parent for you to do the correction.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. So what I will also add to it is that with the policies, we are hoping that the right people are watching this and they will think about it and do something about it, so that we are able to raise our children, teaching them some of these important things that they will need for the rest of their lives. Because if you get married and you don't marry right, I mean, it can end your life, right? Sure. So we beg government to hear us out and do something about it. Yeah.
Thank you. When the home breaks, the nation bleeds. Marriage is a spiritual covenant, but it's also a national development issue. Stay blessed, and I'll see you next week.